Hi, everybody. Namaste. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. I was just hopping up. I decided last second to switch decks that I was going to work with today. Oh my goodness. Um, I have had a powerhouse of a day, emotionally. Um, I don't even know what to say. So I have no idea what these readings are going to bring for you. Welcome, everybody. Just pausing to take a breath. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sadhana. Hi. I'm an intuitive reader and healer, and I'm here on Tuesdays. Today, I had a lot going on, so I needed to reschedule. Usually, I'm here on a lot earlier in the day. But we're going to do some readings today, live readings, and you're more than welcome to put your question into the chat. And each week, I have been working with a theme, an energetic theme. And if you want to read more about that, you can read in the description box below. But I've been, last week when I was planning, I was just contemplating this very special energy of these two enormous planets. And I feel really fired up and inspired by their energy. This is a very special energy of Uranus and Jupiter in Pisces that will not happen again for a very long time. So, what I want to ask you to consider is that these questions of yours, to dig a little bit deeper, to dig deep into your question, because I feel that the power of this planetary energy will give us the information necessary to shift something quite profoundly. And we don't want to waste that. We don't want to waste that energy. The other day, so I teach a class called Tarot Foundations, and the study group was meeting. And one of the questions I asked the people in the study group was, if you could be in the presence of a great master, you could sit in yogic terms, it's referred to as darshan. If you could have darshan with the Dalai Lama, if you could have darshan with, Yoganandaji. I would love Swami, Sri Swami Yogananda. I mean, that would be absolutely amazing. Think of other famous saints or enlightened beings that you could sit with. There is this wisdom of the ages that is in complete trust of all things that we cannot see or hear or understand. And you had only one question. What would you ask the guru? What would you ask? And in my experience, people waste these questions. They waste them on just, I don't know, insignificant stuff. So I feel that today is a day to ask big questions. And if you ask a big question, you're going to get a big answer. If you ask a little question, you're going to get a little answer. Anyway, I'm sure many of you listened to Molly McCord. I know a lot of you follow her last month when she did her podcast on this Jupiter Uranus thing. And it was, Donna says, I just want to post what Donna said here. I'm going to go back and say hi to everybody in just a second. Donna said, I would say, tell me what you'd like me to know. It's worthy of some thought, isn't it? Definitely worthy of some thought. Okay, let's go back and say hi to everybody. I know that Sharon is the first question, trio of witches. So we'll get to Sharon in a little bit. So welcome. We've had snow here as well too today. It's bizarre. So we have lots of things from Sharon. And then Andrew is in the house. Welcome to Andrew. Well-tempered Claire. Irene. Donna. Donna, thank you so much for being here. I know this is a completely different time of day for you. Who else is here? Colleen. Namaste, Colleen. Cordis. The shuffling sounds kind of clunky because these are trimmed cards. Cordis, hello, hello. Evangelina. Gerald, hello, welcome to you. And who else is here? I saw some other names. Gina, hi Gina. Kristen Louise, welcome. So you have thought about it, right? Andrew was in the study group on Sunday. Yeah. Evelyn is here. Welcome to Evelyn. And Bruna, Christine, welcome. Okay, I think I've said hi to everybody. So Donna, Trio Witches. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I have a couple of other things I wanted to say. I want to thank the person who commented on my bouncy table. I really, really need to up my game professionally and get a nice, solid, heavy table so things don't shake. I know it drives you crazy. It drives me crazy. I should have both of my cameras mounted, right? So things don't shake when I shuffle or bump the table. So I apologize for that. And I really will endeavor over the next few months to fix that. Because anyway, thank you to the person who spoke up about that. Okay, so Andrew has his question for the Buddha. How can I be still in a fast-paced work environment? Jesus, how can I completely forgive? Okay, so we are going to go to Sharon first. Okay, so thanks, Donna. Thank you for being the monitor here. Amazing, amazing moderator. All right, so let us go to here. My father passed away last May, so almost a year ago. And I did a reading yesterday that I am sure was him communicating with me. I got Death, King of Swords, which he was the epitome of, Seven of Pentacles, earthy, slow, reflective. And then you got Spirit and Manifest. I'm assuming those are two oracle cards. The reading has really thrown me for a loop. Okay. All right. So yes, I feel that. So what I was saying, I don't know if you, let me just see here. Where are we at? Okay. So I called this today's inquiry either a karmic completion or an overwhelm spread. Describe the karmic completion I'm experiencing. How can I manage the strong oceanic energy at this time? I feel like Jupiter being so close. I don't know. Anyway, there's strong oceanic influences. And remember, these two large planets are rocking the waters of Pisces. And how might my life energetically be different once this runs its course? You know, like these are, so this idea of overwhelm and tower moments, right? Feel, today I blasted through. a tower moment. And I can't think that's why I'm kind of feeling like this. So I'm pulling a real heavy hitter deck, which is the Osho Zen Tarot. And I am going to use the very colorful trees deck. I have two of the I'm sorry, Soul Trees Ascension deck. That's what I'm going to use for Oracle today. So yeah, so go to Andrew's comment, Jupiter expansion, Neptune fog, water. Expansion of fog and water. And then what I was saying is like this, if you were sitting with the guru and you could ask something, right? This great wise being and expand your soul into the ether, right? Into the fog. What would you ask? Okay, so this is for Sharon. Trio of witches. Sharon, I'm going to kind of free flow it, but I'm going to base this on the three questions that I'm going to loosely base it on those three questions. Okay. So Sharon, I acknowledge the Death card, the King of Swords card, the oracles that showed up, and yeah. So your karmic completion. And I can zoom in a lot because these are tiny cards. I've trimmed them as well too. Okay, so this is not the Tower. This card is called Breakthrough. So this is the card after the Wheel card, right? This is the card about having the courage to go on from the wheel. Are you with me? I've pulled this card a few times in my life, and it has given me so much strength and so much courage to continue to go forward. And I'm wondering, even though it hasn't been a year, if this is the energy of your father. Oh, isn't that lovely? We have this card of connection here as well too. And then we have another really strong energy. Because I want to talk about these two cards together. The energy of your father reminding you of how strong you are, and that it is in your strength and in your power that you can bust through the fog, that you can stand up. If this is a karmic completion card, this tells me that indeed you are ready to kind of level up your game and move forward in I don't know what your relationship was like with your dad, but this is your, while I feel courage with this encouragement with this card, I also feel a tremendous amount of strength. We're no longer fighting that brick wall, right? We have made our way through, and the rocks, the pieces are beginning to fall down, and you are not hurt. You are standing tall, and the light is shining through. It's shining bright, and you are able to begin this next cycle. So for me, one of the keys to this card is to see that this is 1 after the 10. Right? And then we have a card of soul connection. So your father is here, definitely. Your father is here as the emperor. But another thing I feel that deeply connects these two majors together is the fact that the emperor is busting out of expectations, cultural norms. The emperor is busting out of a chain. They are free to be who they are and to grow and expand in any way that they desire. So I feel like your father is here saying, stop limiting yourself. And the love and the peace and the connection between these two cards tells me how heartfelt this message is. Okay, now I'm reading your oracle cards were spirit and manifest. Isn't that interesting? Because manifest, if you're, in case you're way down in the chat, Sharon Trio, which has posted cards she pulled in a reading yesterday. And one of the oracle cards was a manifest. And this is what I'm kind of picking up on here. So this to me is go bigger. Yeah, Sharon says, I feel ready to walk through the wall and talk to him, but I'm scared. I don't think he wants to talk to you. I think he wants you to feel empowered by his spirit so that you're not attached to, it's not about connecting with it's not about audibly or orally connecting with the other side. It's about embracing what you carry from him through your DNA so you can shine brighter, right? So you can shine brighter and stronger and be a better version of yourself. And I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that with him in body in this dimension, you may not have been able to do that. And so he's also acknowledging a sense of freedom that him crossing over, leaving this earth plane has given you. And that card in the center says, I love you and I'm here. I am always here, but go, baby. You shine big and you go big. Okay. All right. Hi, Elizabeth. I didn't do live readings earlier today because I've had a kind of a funny day and my schedule's been kind of hopping around all over the place. So here I am. All right. So Andrew says, I was just thinking about the 10 of Wands and what you said in a past life reading of how, in a past reading, of how it's the completion of Dharma. Yes. Yes. So 10 of Wands energy, right, is often pictured as some kind of a it's a burden, right? So let me pull out an RWS deck for you. The whole suit of Wands. This deck should be sorted. Maybe not. Maybe shuffled. Right. So this whole suit of Wands is a suit that I see as a dharmic path, right? Life path. And we move from a place of defense and we gain strength here. And then things begin to speed up a little bit. And perhaps if you read this as messages, we begin to become more open and receptive to messages. And all, the hero's journey, the fool's journey, our individual journeys, the braver, the stronger, the faster we move along our path, there are always things that are going to trip us up. But that doesn't mean it's not in our highest interest. And there are things to learn, and then the card that Andrew was commenting on is this card, right? The 10. So the 10 of Wands acknowledges the path. It acknowledges all that we have carried and been through. And it is. It's like a mini cycle. It's the completion of a mini cycle. So yeah, it's a beautiful, the Journey of Wands is it's a real kind of Bhagavad Gita story. Throw the chariot in there and we could do a whole lesson on Krishna and Arjuna. I would love to do a series on that. I know everybody's not interested though, but yeah. Okay, where are we at? Irene, is that correct? Amy's here. Hi, Amy. Okay. Misty's here. Hi, Misty. Welcome. Okay. So, Irene, I will find your question. It seems a good time to delve into my life's purpose. All right. Anything else from you? Just seeing if there's any expansion on that. Which aspects of my dreams on my path might I expand upon at this time? So these messages that are coming through this planetary energy tonight, if you don't put a journal beside your bed, put a journal beside your bed tonight. Get a piece of paper, get a pencil, and yeah, have it there. Words, anything, because you know what happens when we wake up in the morning? It's so hard to go back. And I tried to go back this morning and I couldn't. I lost it, and I had some very vivid and powerful dreams last night. So this reading is for Irene, who is asking which aspects and dreams on her path might she expand upon at this time. Okay, so let's put down 3 cards here. We'll kind of read this as a story and kind of build in the energy of the theme for today. This is one of my early, maybe not. Just doesn't shuffle great. Okay, so we have 4 of Cups, 4 of Water. To me, this is a card of, okay, when you meditate, when one meditates, there's a sense of focus that is required. It's easy to get overwhelmed in meditation and actually fall asleep because we can't process everything that's coming through. I'm looking at this image in the background and it looks like there's so many voices. So many voices. Are these aspects of your ego? Are these ancestors? Is this your support team? I really want to encourage you as you go to sleep, perhaps to write down a very specific question, so that in the stillness of your dreams or in the stillness of your meditation, it's like if you ask for it, you will crystallize the message. The messages that are coming through the waters. They're coming through the ocean of your soul. They're coming through your karmic experiences. And it may be time to release it. It may be time to let it go. So your focus, you might not get the answer to your question, but it will help to crystallize, to focus the message that is ready to come through for you at this time. Water, water, water. Water, water, water. Okay, that's a lot of water. Have a box of tissues handy. That's all I gotta say. Well, I know this is the Star, but it just feels like a watery card. Okay, and I'm not reading this deck necessarily as an RWS clone. Okay. Coming to you through your dreams. Notice in this Six of Water card how we have on the left side a young woman looking towards some kind of a dream with a past lover, a future lover, you know, perhaps this could be the loving arms of an uncle who helped you through a difficult time in your life, and you're looking back and wishing you could feel that again. Your dreams, and you know, Irene, we can get there if we set ourselves up in meditation. So when we set ourselves up in meditation, that's half of the work, to make sure that you're not disturbed, the phone isn't ringing, the light is a little bit dimmer. Physically, you're not hungry, you're not full, that kind of thing, so that this message will come through. Now, the star is a crystalline, clear message, a message that is going to help kind of take you through this experience. So your question is, which aspects and dreams on my path might I expand upon at this time? I'm gonna pull a couple more cards for you, because we're all I'm kind of picking up on here. I feel that there may be something from the past, of course, that you have been focusing on, and there may be an answer or a lesson in that. Stillness is absolutely imperative for you to receive this message. It's not something that's going to come through. I feel like something like automatic writing is too busy. This has to come through stillness. And whatever kind of relationship this is, there is a there's a readiness to heal and to release and grow and expand from it. Hello, Sarabi. Okay. I'm going to pull an oracle card because I want to make sure I get to other people as well too. Perhaps what you are expanding upon also quite simply is the practice of silence, the practice of meditation, the practice of being with yourself, the practice of stillness. This deck is very much like US Games cardstock. We've been talking about that a lot lately. Okay, this kind of speaks volumes here. I want you to look at the art here and notice the darker tree in the foreground and the lighter trees in the background. You can pull in the keyword as well too. It feels almost as if you've had some kind of and Andrew was talking about second chakra, Swadhisthana. I feel like the holding back is self-imposed, that there's been a level of restriction you have placed on yourself, and those trees in the background are so wanting to sway and to move and to feel a sense of freedom, individuality, be able to express themselves. And quite honestly, I'm feeling like the gift of time and space for yourself and your spiritual nourishment is the priority that is ready to be expanded upon. So you say that you do meditate every day. I'm wondering if there is a, uh, how can I say this? If there's more of a, hmm, how about this question, Irene? If I were to let go, if you were, I'm just going to ask you, if you were to let go, what would that freedom feel like? If you were to stop listening to all this noise, what would that freedom feel like? I kind of, what we see here is that sense of space and freedom. And what you know in your meditation practice presently is nothing compared to what is possible if you would let go. And so, if there is a fear of flying away, that's part of the preparation for meditation, that you go through a grounding ritual, that you have a plant next to you, that you acknowledge um, your earthliness and the beautiful temple that your soul inhabits, and you honor that. And then you sit down quietly. Okay. So this goes back to the first reading. Exactly, Andrew. Exactly. All right. So now we're going to go to Bruna. I just want to comment on Peace Ninja Woman. I recently had a meditation where I rose into a mist and entered a cave where a goddess named Mata Ji was residing. Oh my God, how beautiful. But I was just in awe and had no questions. Hmm. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful, Amy. So beautiful. And yeah, I love that. All right, so let me know if there is, I'm just looking for Bruna's question. If you have a question as well, too. So lovely to have you here. Misty. I miss Misty. Okay. Misty's not in any of my classes right now. Okay, I need to find Bruna. All right, so I'm going to go back and I will find Bruna. Just bear with me while I scroll. You can chat amongst yourselves, and there we go. I would like a prospect about my love life. I feel that I'm ready for a relationship, but don't see anyone. Okay, I want to go to my 3 questions and see if I can apply that, because this feels important. So let's go with the first card with what is completing, what is coming to completion. Let's look to the second card in terms of the ocean, the oceanic current, emotionally, energetically. How am I opening up? And then let's kind of weave it all together to tie into um, love, 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 love. All right, so this is for Bruna, Christine. I feel like I want to fan cards today. I don't know what this is. I don't usually do this, but Bruna, Christina. All right, let's go here. 1, 2, 3. This card wants to be seen too. That's 3. Whoa, look at all those majors. Holy smokes. Okay. The piece of the star. So this is it's a highly significant time for you. This is also a major arcana, the 4th card, which I'll weave in here as well too. 17, 11, and 15 are the majors. Okay. That middle card and the card on the right are part of a sequence. And I'm wondering if you have been held back by loss, by grief, by there's a so the card in the center refers to the ocean, right? And so the waters may not have been flowing. Water is present as water, as steam, as ice. And here we can visualize, we can view this as ice, we can view this as, well, I see it as ice. And so the ice is ready to melt. The heart is ready to soften, to let go, and to I'm almost sensing like a, not so much maybe an armor, but it doesn't feel quite that hard. It feels more like, like a snake skin. And there may have been a role. I feel like a role, like the role of the good daughter, the role of the dutiful wife that you are ready to step out of. Yeah. So ask yourself what it's like. I can see you stepping out of the skin, and it's time. And you see, of course, pictorially, you can see this, right? It's evolving. It's ready. It's ready to change. And so what I want to say is that the love, the relationship is waiting for you on the other side of letting that go, so that you are so comfortable in your own skin, you enter into a relationship, and a relationship will become available once you are able to stand there naked and vulnerable, but also uniquely yourself. You don't have to be alone. There is stillness and peace and aloneness in the star card. And I kind of also see this as a shift from quiet to fire, quiet to action. So what Andrew is saying here, and I say this often, it's really important that you get clear about what the relationship would represent and what you have to give to the relationship. It's not just about what I'm going to receive from the relationship, but what indeed I have to offer. And this card also speaks to knowing who you are. And until you know who you are, the relationship won't be there. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Oh, is 11 strength or justice? Does that matter? Does that matter? I think it's, does that matter? I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the strength card for you just so you can see it. I'm going to get the number 8 card. Okay. All right. So thank you. This deck is a little bit different, and I don't want to do exact correlations. So in the 8th arcanum, the flower is breaking through, right? So there's an aspect of strength necessary in both of these cards. But look at the different energy. It's almost as if in the card on the left, we cannot what do I want to say? It happens intuitively. It happens naturally. The seed will survive, right? A flower will grow from the seed if the circumstances are right. It can thrive, it can grow in any circumstances. And then the card on the right, it's as if there's more personal action that's there. So the card on the left has a very kind of karmic energy to it, which I associate with justice. Right? We can't change karma. We cannot change karma. So thank you. Thank you for your question. Okay. Let's go and find. All right. How may Amy serve humanity? Let's hold space and light and love for this beautiful soul. These cards have a mind of their own. Ooh, got a court card, court card, court card, 3 court cards. Okay. It's really interesting how the Knight of rainbows, or the night of Earth, is moving towards the page of clouds. We've seen that busting out card a couple of times today. And so, Amy, because of the nature of your question, I'm wondering if your role is to help others gently break free of that which not only binds them, but I mean, this is a usually the page of this suit has so much hope and optimism, but this is a mind that has been cluttered by technology, machinery, and the Knight of Earth here is there's no technology here, right? There's no cluttered mind. There's a real sense of purpose, of moving towards light. So I could see you working with individuals one on one and helping them to slow down, helping them to tame the wheels. And I also want to say, I'll talk about the Queen in a minute, but these two aspects of yourself are all too familiar. And often there is a tendency to want to fix this. All we need to do is not have the phone in our bedroom at night and everything will be better. Well, no, that's not true. There's a bunch of things that we need to do to help release all that is restricting us. And this night of earth energy understands that this journey of unwinding, it takes time and it takes patience, an incredible amount of patience. You're welcome, Bruno. And the card on the right, I almost feel like you could also be, is this weird, Amy, that you could be feeding people? Do you know the what's it called? The trend of slow, is it called slow dining or slow eating, or oh, being more present, um, acknowledging the colors of your food and putting gratitude into your food and taking time to eat and practicing slow eating, mindful eating. Yeah, I feel like there's a movement in foodie culture about slow, and I almost see you as one who would, yeah, it feels like mindfulness. It feels like your role is one of mindfulness. I don't know if this is resonating at all. I'm not even sure what you do in your day-to-day life, but I find it intriguing that three aspects of yourself would shine up so brightly and say, okay, you know us. You know us. You know how they shine in you. Now take those qualities and understand that they are a part of you because it is indeed your dharma. So here's another thought. What about dining in the dark or eating blindfold? And I know that the Queen of Wands is not about, it's not the Queen of Pentacles, but the way that she is there, just, it's almost like her fiery presence. Maybe her fiery presence is also helping others to digest life. And not being able to digest life is another reason for this, right? The addiction, the connection to technology. I know in one of oh, I have two of her decks. They're large oracle decks. I use them in my Reiki room all the time. She has a beautiful blue-green card called Brain Fog. I've been meaning to get her on my channel. I want to interview her. And so sometimes we need to work with our physical digestion. So I'm talking about fire. This is very chakra oriented, so that we can become more grounded and healthy and whole. Yeah. Anyway, lots of thoughts for you, Amy. I once dreamt of a turtle who came through my childhood home, and he spoke and he said he was on his way to his true home, and I could feel his wisdom. Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. So beautiful. You have a very colorful and vivid dream life. That's so wonderful. And it must be because you write them down, or you must have a way of recording them. You should share with us how you recall your dreams so descriptively. All right, so we're going to go to Elizabeth. I see Elizabeth came in here. And then we'll scroll on down. They're just talking about Sunday. So in my Tarot Foundations class, with this group, I've been offering a Sunday get together. So the students get together and practice. It's really lovely. For those of you that didn't get in this round, I've opened up a section in the fall. So if you want to take a study with me for 22 weeks, there's a Tarot Foundations section that's available in the fall. Just need to go to my shop on my website. Okay, so I'm looking for, there's Elizabeth V. I will find it. There we go. Okay, so for Elizabeth, I'm going to choose one oracle and a tarot on either side of the oracle. May your next turn around the sun, your next journey around the sun be filled with light and love. May the sun illuminate clearly all that you are ready to acknowledge and move through. May you be supported on your journey, and may you know love and peace. It's interesting in this particular card, the presence of the blue in a card with the keyword grounded. I feel the white in this card is highly significant. It is from the blue that the tree is being nourished. It is from the water that the tree is being nourished. Isn't that interesting? Because that was part of the second question. How can I manage the strong oceanic energy at this time? By acknowledging that when you are rocked with the tidal wave, with a tidal wave of emotions, or you're feeling challenged karmically, that all you have to do is put your feet on the floor to stand tall. These cards are so fun today. They're doing really magical things. Okay. I know a little bit about Elizabeth. I've done a reading with her. She's in the Tarot Foundations class. This is so fun. Look at how there's so many things in this card. I love this deck. I don't pull it out often enough. Look at how her hair kind of mirrors the roots of the tree. And her fingers have become like animal claws. This kind of energy we've seen a couple of times today. And what I want to say, and I kind of want to play and also talk to this card here too, because this is all part of a story, is that we can't just sit down and expect to meditate. It doesn't happen that way. We can't just sit down and be silent and everything's going to be better. There are steps and stages and practices that help us get into eventually to be comfortable with silence, to be comfortable with nothingness. So, what I see here, Elizabeth, is a bit of a journey from something that is quite chaotic, frenetic, to something that is still and peaceful. And it is when we become silent, it is when we become quiet that the messages become clear. We cannot hear spirit. We cannot download through our tarot readings when the mind is so very, very busy. And so your birthday message is one about making space to honor this gift that you are working with, this muscle that you are training. And another thing, I want to say that can we talk a little bit about the numerology of the 8 and where we are in the suit, the journey of the clouds with the 8? We're along the way, right? We're past the 5, we're past the 6, we're past the 7, and we're beginning to digest and process things at a higher level, at a higher frequency. And sometimes it is when things get to that higher frequency that a new kind of overwhelm sets in. And so what do? You kick off your shoes, you go for a walk, you go to the water, you make space. One of the first things I said about this card was it was the white space that was speaking to me. And so contrast the white space, the black space. This is the Akash. This is the Akash. Spaciousness. Which one of you said, I would fly away? I would fly away if I let go. And this card emphasizes the importance of the landing. We talked about this. It's something else. I think I was on Gerald's channel the other day. We were talking about breath. Landing is so very important. We need to land. We need to set up. We need to ground so that we can not only appreciate, but get the most out of the spaciousness. Okay. Beautiful. Happy birthday. Make space. Don't fill your household with stuff. All right. Sarabi. So Sarabi will be the last reading for today. And then I will prepare for I have a class at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay. All right. So here is Sarabi. Sarabi has a when question. When question. These are always tricky with it, but we'll do our best here. I will do my best. I should say we, right? This is because all comes through me, not from me. Okay, so I'm going to pull an oracle card and then I'm going to shift to the Wildwood Tarot. Those of you that work with the Wildwood know what a great deck it is for questions that focus on time. All right, so Sarabi, here is an oracle message for you, and then I'm going to shuffle the other deck. Ooh, look at this. There is a definite theme going on here. Sarabi, healthy body, healthy emotions, healthy mind. Moving your body, getting out for daily walks, going into nature, going to the river, eating more mindfully. The job, Spirit may not be presenting the job because the job that is waiting for you, you are not physically, emotionally, mentally ready to handle the job. So I see this as a card of, all right, Sarabi, get well. Focus on your wellness. I'm looking at Well-Tempered Claire Andrews' comment, and I had this aha moment one day. I was walking in the forest near where I live, looking down at the forest floor and noticed how red the thin bark was on the exposed roots of many of the trees. And it made me really think about the blood of the trees. And normally when if you were to say the blood of the trees, I would think of the sap. But I was really taken by the red roots. And yeah, I was really taken by the red roots. And it just, I don't know why I'm sharing that with you, probably because of Andrew's comment. Okay, so we have the world card, the world tree, which sits at the center, which is a portal card, which is an invitation, to the next step of your journey. So, Robbie, one of the things I'm feeling here is that there is work to do before you pass through that tree. And so, what I was kind of intuiting with this body card is that do the necessary preparation so that spirit will present the job that you are looking for. So, the blasted oak takes us to what, Lamas, Lugnasad, something like that. It's an August energy. It's definitely a time. So the biggest message, I think, with this particular card, and again, we have very significant cards here on either side of the body card. It is about being mindful of resources. So during the time when we have such a wonderful harvest, we need to maintain balance and not move into excess. The blasted oak is a kind of a amalgamation of the Tower card and the Hanged Man card. They kind of come together here. So we need to reflect on the power of change and what it takes us to get through change. There may very well be some sacrifices that will need to be made in August in order to manifest the new job. If we're reading this according to the year ahead, so the Nine of Stones it's a beautiful grounded card. It would speak to abundance, connection, you indeed receiving the job. The energy of stones is in the winter, and I'm not sure where you are in the world, Sarabi, what country. So this deck is based kind of on a Western seasons, but it's winter energy, and it's toward the end of the winter. So something in the summer, I want to say, is going to be presented that will shake things up for you. That might get you to look at the kind of job that you are looking for through a new lens, through a new perspective. And then by the time the winter comes and you move through the winter, things will become quite settled and a lot calmer. Okay, so does that make sense? I want you to heed the message of the preparation, the potential for a summer shakeup, and then by so when does this come? This comes just before Imolc, right? Just before Imolc. So this is end of January. And this feels quite comfortable. So I'm sure that the job will come before that. the comfort will come in the new year. No, so Andrew, so who's saying this? No, 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 because the suit of air, the suit of air begins at February 1st. So this is the end of January. Yeah. Okay, I would like to go to the chat and just answer some of your comments and respond to some of your comments and questions. Okay. Okay, I was just going down to the end. Some of your comments were intriguing me. All right, so Evelyn was talking about Denise Lynn's deck. And then, oh, this is where I saw it. So Donna, another deck that I want despite the keywords. Donna and I were chatting about the seven cent. Is that what it's called? The 2 penny oracle and the 7 cent tarot with all those keywords. This deck is the Wildwood is very, very powerful. Very powerful. Lurker / student, right? All right, let's go to Cordis's comment. I put off getting it for 2 years, and the moment I started working with it, I seriously regretted all my doubts. You know what? It is such a beautiful deck, and once you start working with it, it kind of becomes you just want to master it now. It's amazing, amazing deck. All right. Goodbye to Evelyn. I'm sure you're already on your way. 5 cent. Did I say 7 cent? 5 cent. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Okay. Isn't that funny? Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for supporting one another in the chat. And I will see some of you in class shortly. Namaste, everybody. Blessed be. Thanks, Donna.